Hey everybody, welcome back to Horror Trans. My name is Stephanie Bree. I am a transgender woman and I talk about all things horror. And I've only got a couple reviews this week, but I'm starting with a kids film, produced by Disney, allegedly, called Something Wicked This Way Comes. It's a goddamn mouthful, Disney. Jesus fucking Christ, no wonder the movie flopped. Alright, this is one of those kinda sorta pseudo horror movies for kids that is actually quite scary, to tell you the truth. That was made in the early 80s when Disney was starting to realize that people were more into not Disney shit, and they needed to, save their company from certain doom because their cartoons were all starting to suck. I would argue they've kinda sorta always sucked, but it is what it is. But Disney made this movie, Something Wicked This Way Comes, and I don't really know how to describe it. The basic plot, without getting spoilers, although I don't know if I can, so I'll do my best, but fair warning just in case. It takes place some undisclosed, undetermined time in the past. Could be the 50s, could be the 30s. They don't specify. It could even be the fucking 80s. It's hard to say. They don't really specify. But the only reason why that's kind of sort of halfway important is because it's not. But you got these two kids that are, we'll say, low income. And essentially, they live in a small town, and the circus just shows up. Like, this mysterious circus just shows up overnight. And I mean, it's a ghost circus. So, spoilers. But I've already said spoilers. So, yeah, it's a ghost circus. And, it shows up, just, like, literally appears out of nowhere. And people get, on the surface, it's kind of like Needful Things in that, the devil's granting wishes and these small town peoples are getting their wishes granted. But, as is the case with Needful Things and Monkey's Paw and everything else, there's a twist to the granting of the wish. And ultimately, the children, the young boys, discover that the, ringmaster, if you will, is probably the devil, and they have to defeat him. And that's the gist of the movie without getting into spoilers. It is scary, especially for a kid's movie. If you're wondering how scary, it's scarier than Gremlins, not as scary as Poltergeist. Make of that what you will. That being said, it's not a great movie, from what I remember. And I watched it a lot as a kid because my dad, for whatever reason, was obsessed with this movie. And so we watched it a lot. And he was so, worked up or impressed by the fact that it was Disney making a horror movie. That was a big deal to him. And I think, because my dad was like, yeah, was and then he wasn't into horror movies. It's a long story. But anyways, y'all, here's the thing. You watched it when you was a kid, or like my dad, you watched it because you were shocked that Disney was making a horror movie, or somebody just told you about it and you were like, no fucking way, and you wanted to check it out. I'm here to tell you don't. Just, Disney is either ashamed of this movie, or not proud of it, or even they recognize they fucked up, because they done fucked up, and this movie is just leave it alone. Leave it in the goddamn past. This is not a Rent. This is not a goddamn Buy. This is a let's just fucking bury this fucking movie, forget it ever happened, and collectively, as a society, recover from the scars this movie put upon us, and then just fucking get over it. Don't watch this movie. It ain't worth it.